Hey everybody, Aural Retentive here. I think it's been a while since my last video, and there's kind of a reason for that. I have made some changes, come to some realizations about my own personal desires for record collecting. Not to worry, I'm still going to be collecting records. But my zeal for collecting the hypnosis covers kind of waned. It turned out that like 3/4 of the ones I was buying and listening to I didn't really care for. And even though I was like 1/3 of the way there, I just decided to stop doing it. I'm going to keep some of the really exceptional covers, I guess, that I really dig, that I'll probably put up maybe out in my studio or whatever. But yeah, I just kind of soured on it a little bit, and I don't know, it didn't feel right anymore. And I decided that, I'd rather really spend the money on the records that I'm really digging and wanting to listen to. Kind of came a little soul searching to like, why am I really doing this? And I think in the beginning I thought it would be really cool to get, as I flipped through the book, I'm like, oh, that one's really cool and that one's really cool. It turns out there's a lot of them that are not so great, and even some of the ones that have really great covers don't have good music. And so I just sort of did a lot of soul searching on that, and ultimately I decided to stop doing it. And as a consequence, I kind of lost my identity a little bit. And that coupled with I haven't had any time to make videos, it just seemed like, seemed like the end for me. But I keep watching people's videos, and oh my God, there's so many contests going on. And I couldn't just give it up, so I decided to come back and come clean and just say, yeah, the thing that I've been doing for like a year now, I'm not going to do anymore. There it is. So I will likely be doing less videos simply because it's summertime and I'm going to be at soccer tournaments, and I'm just not going to have the same amount of time that I did before. But I wanted to keep coming and making a video or two, just to keep my foot in the vinyl community door, I guess you could say. I still love watching all you guys' videos and try to comment when I can, but you'll probably see less of me. So that being said, I do have some stuff to show. I don't know if I talked about seeing Buckethead again, but I did a few weeks ago. Well, yeah, it was in, doesn't matter, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. And the show was fantastic. And I took my friend Josh with, and I was worried that the second time wouldn't be as tremendous as the first time, and I was wrong. It was almost even better. For those of you who know about my blog, you can go check out my blog of the concert. There's tons of cool pictures, and I got to hit the button on his guitar, and I got a toy. Did I bring that in here? Those of you not familiar with Buckethead live shows, he has a portion of the show where he hands out toys. Oh, I think I did do this, didn't I? Because I showed the cutting that I did. Did I not? Man, see, it's been so long since I made a video. I don't think I did, actually. I know I put it in the blog. But anyway, I got a Chutes and Ladder game. And my friend Josh, who was with, got some glow-in-the-dark stars. And I took my, I don't think I did show this. I made a cutting, because typically people will try to give him things. I've seen people bring like spaceships from old TV shows, you know, just random toys, G.I. Joes and Barbies dressed up like Buckethead and put on the stage. And I'm like, I have no idea what to bring. And then I'm like, oh, I should bring a cutting. And I'll show it to you. Hang on. Yeah, if I did this already, this is going to be really lame for some people. But anyway, I made this Buckethead cutting. Let's try to get some of the glare out of there. And, you know, I put it on stage. Yeah, he stepped over it at one point while he was trying to hand stuff out. And then it got shoved over in the corner by the roadie guy. You know, wouldn't want him to trip on my cutout and break a hand or, you know, so whatever. But it occurred to me that it may not end up in his hands, so I crawled up on stage after the show and grabbed it and took it back. So now it hangs in my place. But the reason I bought a Buckethead, because here's a format that most of us have not shown here before. This is the Silver Pumpkin Edition. Buckethead, I would say, in addition to having albums and pikes, or in addition to having albums, he has pikes, which are basically little 30-minute CDs that he creates. He just copies them on CDR and sends them, or you can get them on CD. I think it's CD Baby. But he had a special going for his Halloween pikes that he did. It's got goo all over it already. Anyway, it was like number 176 through 206 or something. It was like basically 31 days. It was like, hey, 32 days to Halloween, 31 days to Halloween. You know, each one was the next day. And so you could buy for $40. Whoop, it's a little flash drive that has those releases on it. So yeah, can't say I've ever purchased music this way before. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know if it really shows up, but it's kind of like speckly. There you go. Ooh, shiny. Silver Pumpkin it's called. Anyway, Buckethead, man, I have just fallen hard into the world of Buckethead. So, and I have a couple CDs to show. I still end up going to St. Vinny's to buy CDs. I don't know why, but like they had this special CD. It was wrapped. I mean, it was brand new. 99 cents. Can't beat it. Now, I'm not a bluegrass fan per se, but I came across this. This is Steve Martin and the Steep Canyon Rangers. It's signed by all the people in the band, not Steve Martin himself, sadly. But all the people in the band signed it. I mean, they're illegible, of course, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures on there for 99 cents. I thought, Steve Martin, you know what? I'd check it out. And this one, total blast from the past, nostalgia purchase, right? Yeah, I'm too sexy. Right Said Fred. Does anybody remember this one? Pretty sure I had the cassette single of this back in the day. Never noticed this on here. It says, all thanks to Jimi Hendrix for his supreme inspiration. I don't really hear the influence of Jimi Hendrix in Right Said Fred, but this song is fantastic. And of course you have seven different versions of it to listen to. So thanks, Bud, for letting that go to the universe. All right, and then some vinyl. So I made a trip to Strictly Discs and picked up these two. This was kind of like the day I went there and I was like, do I buy some hypnosis stuff or do I buy some stuff that I want to listen to this weekend? And I answered myself, just buy stuff you want to listen to this weekend. And so I did. No hypnosis purchases. So this is Boogie with Key and Heat. This still has Bob Hite the Bear on this one. It's good stuff. I really have no idea what order the Canned Heat stuff comes in. I know they had a crap ton of albums, and of a lot of albums that didn't have Bob Hite in them. Some of which I think I had and I've listened to and I didn't really notice. So I prefer the Bob Hite stuff when I can get it. So I picked this one up. What's it got on here? Amphetamine Annie, Fried Hockey Boogie, Evil Woman, and On the Road Again. So classic good stuff there. And I picked up Van Morrison. Too Late to Stop Now. Is that what it's called? It's Too Late to Stop Now. So I discovered Van Morrison kind of by accident. I think I picked up a cutout album of his that was maybe not one of his most popular, but it had like 3 songs on the end of side 2. And The Healing Has Begun, It's All in the Game, and I can't remember the third one is, but those 3 songs together like cemented Van Morrison in my head. And then later I got Moondance on CD, and I'm like, Van Morrison is for me. And I remember picking this up on cassette. I would listen to this on my my cassette Walkman. This is fantastic. So I picked that up. And then I picked up, so that was from one trip, and then I went to Half Price Books, and I picked this up. They had this in the high dollar bin, which it wasn't that high dollar. It was just $20. And they have more expensive things out in the rack, so I'm not sure why this was in the bin. But Frank Zappa is another one that I really like, and I had some of his albums in my hands before, and I put them back and picked up some hypnosis stuff that I didn't end up really enjoying that much. So more evidence that I was heading that direction, right? This is, I mean, either you like Frank Zappa or you don't. But yeah, pick this up. I think I actually got this by, well, I didn't get it by mistake. And I would have bought it anyway. But I think what I thought I was getting was Frank Zappa New York, which has Titties and Beer and some Punky's Whips or whatever. This is not that album, but it's still good. It's really good, in fact. So I had that, and then another sign that I was leading towards something. My Vinyl Me Please subscription that I had gotten from my wife, thank you Cindy, for my birthday in November was running out. This month was my last selection. And I don't even remember what it was. Oh, that's right, because I didn't swap. The selection of the month happened to be an album that I would have swapped for because I really dig it. So I actually turned on to this album by my daughter, who is a really super fan of this group, or at least was in their earlier stuff. I got this. The Arctic Monkeys. With the album's called Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. And I have to, I'm sure, you know, this came a week ago or 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure there's been plenty of people that have shown it, but of course it comes with, I really dig Vinyl Me Please. I think they're really good stuff. Not sure I could stay in the group forever, but, and I'm not sure this will come out. They call it a, quote, smoke colored, it's kind of brownish gray with swirls in it. There's the whole ashtray thing there, right? There's black on the other side. Yeah, Abby was into Arctic Monkeys for a long time and kept saying, Dad, I think you'd like this. You gotta check it out. You gotta check it out. And she had one CD that I listened to, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. But at the time, it didn't really do anything for me. And then I remember listening to this album once on Spotify, and I was like, oh my god, that is fantastic. And so then I listened to a bunch of other Arctic Monkeys, and I was like, yeah, I do like the Arctic Monkeys. Along with that, I was one of the 5,000 people that got the surprise insert of this. So this is Little Sims. I can't even read it. Oh, because it's upside down. Project Unfollow. Wait a minute. Yeah, Project Unfollow by Little Sims. She is a rapper. And this is probably the first, last, and only rap album I will ever show on the vinyl, my vinyl channel. Actually, I listened to some of her stuff on Spotify just to see what it was like, and it's not horrible. But this is definitely not my speed or my, I'm not going to listen to this. So it's unopened. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with it. But it was really cool that they just threw it in. 5,000 random subscribers got a copy of this. It's on like gold color vinyl or something. So thought that was pretty cool. And then I sold another vinyl cutting. And so I said, okay, now I feel, I don't feel obligated to pick up hypnosis stuff. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy some stuff that I really want. So I did order one that hasn't come yet, which I may or may not show. I went to see the English Beat for my third time at the High Noon Saloon. Another concert that you can see pictures and read about on my blog. Got a set list, which was awesome. I'm pretty sure I talked about seeing them 2 years ago. It was almost 2 years ago to the day when I saw them this time. And it was the day after the show that I saw them in 2016, where I went on to, I'm not going to remember the name now. It's one of those, like Fund Me kind of things, right? But it's for music, specifically music. I can't believe I've been getting the emails on it for 2 years and I can't remember the name of the thing. It'll come to me. Anyway, he was getting basically funded to create a new album. And supposedly it comes out in like a few weeks. It's been 2 years. And I haven't been listening, to he'll send out an update like, here's the guitar and drum track for this song. And, I'm just not listening to anything so that I could be surprised, right? He did play songs 12 and 13, which was Love You Give and Stand There from the new album at the show. And they were really good. So I'm quite excited for that. But anyway, I discovered that I was actually missing an English Beat album in my collection. Make sure my battery's not running out. It's kind of odd because when I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember having that one, right? But I was remembering from way back in the day before I sold all my records that I owned it because the album cover has it's like a side view of the silhouette of all their faces, kind of like lined up in red and white. And I remember having it, and I think I was getting it confused with my Creedence Clearwater Revival best of, where it has the flaps that are their faces. I was like, I remember having that. Well, I didn't really. So I ordered that one, and that one hasn't come yet. I also discovered that I was missing, I had the first General Public album, which is Dave Wakeling from the English Beat and Ranking Roger from the English Beat. They kind of fractioned off and did 2 albums as General Public before they ultimately split and became the English Beat in America and the Beat in UK. So I picked up the second General Public album. This is, you know, is this the 90s? 86. Okay, so this is from 86. And when I discovered General Public, I was like, oh my god, these guys are awesome. This has Faults and All, Cry on Your Own Shoulder, Too Much or Nothing, Love Without the Fun. I mean, this is just good time music. A little more poppy, I guess I would say, than English Beat, where English Beat kind of holds to the two-tone style. This is a little more poppy, but, you know, in the same vein. So it's good stuff. And then what I typically do is when I buy something, that was from Discogs, by the way, and when I buy something from Discogs, I usually see what else that seller is selling, kind of throw some stuff in to save on shipping. And I saw this, and I was like, oh, I've never seen this album before, I'm going to pick it up. And it turns out that I'm really glad I did. This is Jean-Louis Ponty, Cantaloupe Island is the name of this, which is actually a compilation. But it's really early stuff. It's a reissue on Blue Note reissue. But man, it's like, it's still staticky. It's so clean. It's a double album. But when I really looked at the song list, I was like, oh my god. So these songs here on side 1 and 2 is actually the album King Kong that he produced, which is, I don't know how familiar the vinyl community is with Jean-Louis Ponty. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone show a Jean-Louis Ponty album. But he played with Frank Zappa for quite a while. So the side 1 and side 2 are actually his King Kong album. So Jean-Louis Ponty had a album called King Kong where he played the songs from his Frank Zappa period that he played. So King Kong, Idiot Bastard, Son, 20 Small Cigars, How Would You Like to Have a Head Like That, Music for Electric Violin and Low Budget Orchestra, and America Drinks and Goes Home. He played on those songs on Frank Zappa's albums, and so he redid them. I don't know if he redid them or just, you know, somebody put together, could pull those tracks. Well, they're all instrumental. I don't know. I guess I'm not familiar with those particular songs as well as I should be. But yeah, they're on here. And then side 3 is Foosh, Pemacalle, Contact, Cantaloupe Island, and Starlight Starbright. I don't know which album those are from, but the first half is King Kong. And this was like $3.99 or something on Discogs. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, it says features music and performances by Zappa and ex-mothers George Duke and Ian Underwood. So I guess they are pulled directly from the Zappa stuff. So anyway, I was going to order that King Kong album, and I may still just because it'd be nice to have the actual original album. But here's all the music. And these pictures, this is a really early picture of Jean-Louis Ponty. But yeah, thank you, Discogs. So that's about it. Pretty sure I showed these. Yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of cleaning to do down here in the music room because I'm sort of, you know, I guess it's been long enough where I just decided I need to stop short and think about what I was doing and what I was buying. I mean, there were quite a few albums in the Hypnosis catalog that were going to be, you know, crazy expensive, and I'm a very I'm a completist, right? I need to have everything. So I mean, like, once I got past halfway, it would have been, you know, this is it for me. I'm going to have to finish now. Whether, you know, have to sell a body part to, you know, purchase, you know, the one remaining copy of whatever it is, you know. So I just decided that it was time to really focus on what I wanted to really buy and really listen to, because I don't have as much time to listen to music. Come down here and listen to music. It's more of a winter thing, I guess, for me. Summertime, I'm going to be out doing stuff in the yard and soccer, and, you know, there's just not going to be as much time. So I really wanted to listen to the music that I really wanted to listen to. So for those of you who will be devastated by me not buying any more Hypnosis albums, sorry. Thank you for those of you who have sent me Hypnosis albums. I will be keeping those. That's you, Helmet Diggy, and Spinning Greek sent me a string drumming thing, which I actually like, actually. So that one, and I'm probably going to be keeping 50% of what I purchased just because I like them. But, you know, like Alan Parsons Project, I'm probably never going to listen to that again, you know. And I'm like, why? I spent like $20 to get these Alan Parsons Project albums, and I'm like, for less than $20, I got Jean-Luc Ponty and General Public, which I will listen to multiple times. So, and, you know, I got thinking, is it going to be like the Tom Hanks movie, The Airport, where my kids are going to, oh, if I can just get a copy of, you know, Zargon to finish my dad's collection, you know, everyone will be so happy, he'll be so proud, you know. That's not going to happen. So I decided to cut my losses and, you know, come and confess to the vinyl community my change in attitude and practice, I guess. And it was a fun run. It was very interesting and stuff. Learned some new bands that I didn't know before, but as I've sort of gone through the list on Spotify listening to this stuff, I was like, oh man, am I really going to pay for this album just to have it in my collection? And I'm running out of space, and so I made the best choice for me, and we're just going to go on from there. Move on. So, hello to everyone whom I haven't seen for a while and commented. It's just been so busy. It was craziness. But, you know, I just wanted to come and make one more video for the time being and let you know that I'm changing my ways, but I'm still going to be around, but less frequently. So, I think that's it. Vinyl Me Please is done. Yep, I think I covered all that. So, my recommendation for this is not to go out and buy this necessarily, but to definitely check out the music of Buckethead. Don't know what happened there. Also, my camera is dying. I took it to the show. I took it to a show recently, and the pictures are all terrible. So I think my camera is dying, so I have to figure out something for that too. But that's life. So, hello all you vinyl community people, and I'll talk to you later.